Good morning, dear. Have you slept well? Cats standing guard? Against whom? Will they stop the northern barbarians by their sheer fluffiness?
I heard in the east people think that cats guard the gates of the underworld.
It is always wise to be careful.
There is a thing. He asked to see you, Lurco. He says he has a business proposition.
It might still be a good idea to figure out what he's up to. Do be careful, though. Whatever you do, be careful.
Excuse me. That boy who always asks for you hasn't been around in a few days.
He became too aggressive when I turned him down.
What happened?
Deianira had a stern talk with him, and it seems he got the message.
That woman is worth her weight in gold.
Good morning, Domine. I've been waiting for you.
Cutting up the weeds and trimming hedges, it's a constant struggle to keep nature in check, really.
You jest, I'm sure. If anything, I've grown a bigger belly. The wine doesn't help. I can't think of a reason why he would not be doing well. I've heard Nasamones is a land of forbidden pleasures. Alas, it's too far away. But speaking of our friends in high places, it might be worth going to the Senate this afternoon. Tullius Cicero is holding court there today. You might learn something. It is generating quite a bit of income, even though our recipes are old. The grapeseed we have imported from Gallia produces tasteful drink. There's always room for improvement, though. That you do. And I can buy some groceries while we're at it.
Are we out of wheat? Let's send a boy tomorrow morning to make sure we get enough.
Domine.
These damned crows and their indiscriminate defecation. Salve, Legate. What brings you to the Senate today? That's never a good sign. Me? Hopefully not. That would be awkward, considering what I usually do. I tend to get people out of trouble, Legate. Providing the trouble is legal in nature, before you ask. The Senate doesn't have a session today. But I have to talk to my clientes regularly. That is why you can usually find me here. Of course you may. As long as you're willing to give it back when you're done. My duty to the people of Rome. In other words, politics. I am known for defending people's rights, too, when they need it. That saddens me, but it does not surprise me. Our virtues are in steady decline. Many people enter the world of politics for personal gain, for the status it brings, all the money. We must work for the good of our society. It is the will of the gods, and therefore our duty. Indeed, it is implied. Why else would they give us reason? Reason is what men and gods have in common. It is what separates us from beasts. That reason must be used for the betterment of mankind. They may, but most of the time they can't. Proper discussion of a case requires skill in rhetorics. Few people are articulate enough to be able to express their problems properly. Instead, certainly not. I teach people and I defend people, and thus my duties are fulfilled. Our laws are by necessity not specific. That is how they apply the same way to all similar situations. There's an underlying principle for our legal system, an intention guiding each regulation. Yet every event is unique. Therefore, every case is one of a kind. Without a firm grasp of that underlying logic, laws cannot successfully be applied to specific situations. We certainly should not. That would defeat the purpose of having laws in the first place. Laws should precede events, and not vice versa. Prior to the writing of Lex Duodecum Tabularum, our rights were determined by the likes of Tarquinius Superbus. Now they are written down for all to know. It is not that easy, of course. Laws and situations evolve. But at least the rights of our people are not subject to the whims of a madman. That is where I come in as a lawyer. Knowing their rights is a citizen's duty, but even those who fail at that duty deserve to have their rights defended. Is there anything else you wish to discuss? Neither the Senate nor the consuls rule Rome. Senators and consuls are supposed to be subservient to the people. No one but the citizens can know what's best for them. Public servants fulfill their needs and wishes. Senators should represent the people, not rule them. In time, a servus can achieve the privilege of citizenship. But politicians should speak for the servi too. Their rights should also be protected. What makes you say that? I'm actually quite fond of his company. He is more strict about the definition of morals. For him, consequences matter less than method. We broadly believe in the same ideals, though. A fair question. What do you think? But that assumes you have the ability to distinguish right from wrong. Do you claim to have such a skill? I agree. And there's a reason for that. I defend people because I simply like the art of rhetorics. Furthermore, my defense tests the system. If I can defend a guilty man successfully, that means the system is flawed. A flaw, simply put, reason. We've been granted reason by the gods. I like the art of rhetorics because it helps me apply reason. Not because it gets me drunk or anything like that. An Epicurean would enjoy that in his misguided worldview. They believe life is all about pleasure. Perhaps. Your argument makes sense. but I still think you're giving them too much credit. Your understanding of the art is probably better than you think. Suppose there is a chest. Inside the chest is something you desire, but the chest is locked. Now, I believe you would first look into your pockets and find out you're already in possession of the key. Logically, that would be the first thing to check. But let us suppose you can't do that. What other solution will you try next? Very good. A lock can be picked. Finesse and subtle manipulation is as important in rhetorics as in lockpicking. It is tempting to rely on facts and logic when you believe they support your argument. But in the end, everyone believes the facts are on their side. The way to change a man's heart is to stir his emotions. Weave a tale of woe. Paint your audience a vivid picture. Make them feel that you are right. If nothing else, pathos will keep spectators from being bored, and if you can hold a crowd's attention, you have already won. I have enjoyed this discussion, and I hope you have benefited from it. If you'll excuse me now, I have to talk to a client. Wale.
Free medical advice. I am well trained and highly experienced. Salve, Legate. Welcome back. Is there anything you need?
I'm looking to commission a painting for my bedroom wall.
Of course. I'd be delighted to discuss the details. What do you have in mind?
Something that might stimulate the love life. Something to excite the wife.
Ah, indeed. I'm sure we can come up with something.
Well, that's just a ludicrous idea.
But who says you can't make wine out of olives? My wine will be unique.
Have you ever thought about the reason why nobody makes wine out of olives?
Obviously, they're stupid.
I didn't expect you to come around again anytime soon. I'm afraid I have no more ancient artifacts lying around, if that was your hope.
So I'll soak some bread in wine and mix it with minced ox meat, and then what?
Then you roll it with salt and grill it over the fire, but not for too long.
And you think we can sell this?
Trust me, we'll make a fortune.
Have you ever been to Lutetia? They say it's the most romantic city in the world.
What? More beautiful than Rome itself? I find that hard to believe.
I didn't say beautiful, I said romantic.
But what does that mean?
It means there are a lot of women. Salve. It is good to see you after all this time. You have a sharp tongue. That unmatched wit of yours will kill me someday. I'm pleased that you did not let our relatively sordid history get in the way of a business transaction. Now, I know you are a rather emotional individual, but I would advise against losing control. This kind of baseless accusation is not to be thrown around lightly. Some people might get offended. Offended people often overreact. Tell me, do you like managing your family's vineyard? To awaken you, perhaps. I've heard tales of your battles, Legate. You are a wolf. You're the kinsman of Romulus himself. You're very different, you and I. That's why I think we could work together instead of undermining each other. Tiberius was a fool. His vision was limited and crude. He was a believer in the Republic. I believe Rome is in grave danger. It is nothing new, of course. We always had enemies within and without. They always disliked what Rome is and what it stands for. But in the past, Rome used to be a force to be reckoned with. We have grown lazy and soft. Our republic and its myriad procedures slow us down. These days we're more interested in talking about things we should do rather than actually doing those things. We do need a new Rome, though, unshackled by the limitations of our ancient system and bureaucracy. It will be a Rome of strong minds willing to make difficult decisions. More importantly, it will teach our enemies to never underestimate us again. I have made my preparations, and I want you by my side. Don't be so hasty in dismissing my idea. I'm sure I can convince you of the validity of my cause. What I'm going to show you will shock you. You'll see why Lucullus is in no position to do anything for Rome. I would not hesitate to serve Rome in war, should the opportunity arise. You will not regret listening to my offer. Wale, until next time.
Good day. You are clearly a well-bred young man. I will offer you a choice. Your money or your life. I'm afraid you're quite mistaken.
I believe the meaning was you will regret doing this.
Oh, kill them both.
Salvete, people. Shall we even the odds?
Your timing is impeccable as usual, Queso. You save us again.
Always a pleasure, old man. Let us not turn this into a habit, though.
They won't be expecting us!
Where is Vitellius Lurco, one wonders?
In Tartarus, hopefully. But that's not important. A messenger arrived this morning. It is Proconsul Licinius Lucullus. He says I should find you as soon as possible, and you'd know why.
If I know Dominus Lucullus, he would have sent a rider for you with all the instructions. A reasonable precaution. We may soon need their assistance. You should go ahead. I get the feeling time is of the essence.
It arrived just after noon. The rider insists on giving the message to you. It appears this woman was instructed to meet you here as well.
The proconsul just told me to find you. Said you'd know why. I've been tempted to come back and visit you a few times. Things just always got in the way.
The message, please.
You must leave everything and come to Nazamones immediately. We're in grave danger. And I'm afraid in this case, we refers to both our family and Rome itself. It seems we have underestimated Vitellius Lurco. Although the little brother wields no political power of significance, he is the de facto leader of his family. An ambitious man who isn't reckless makes an enemy to be reckoned with. His friendly demeanor masks a molten core of vengeful desire. He still remembers how we dismantled their illegal operations in Asia. And I'm afraid he wants our lives in return. I have reason to believe Lurco is planning something big. My speculatores say he's preparing to remove me from my position in Nazamones by force and make it look like a local uprising. If he succeeds, Rome is likely to lose control of the entire territory, giving Lurco the perfect excuse to challenge the current consuls. We cannot allow him to go ahead with this plan. I need your help. Reconstitute Legio Victrix. I know they are still loyal to you. Then sail for Nazamones immediately. A battle-ready army will be the last thing Lurco would expect. Do not despair. Know that the sun is brightest following the darkest day. See this as an opportunity. If we can turn the tables on Lurco, we can at last expose him for the crook he is. I await your arrival anxiously. Your Patronus and your dear friend, Lucius Licinius Lucullus.
I could not find Calida, but I have brought Bestia.
I arrived before any of you did.
You're looking good, Bestia. You have recovered from our last fight?
The injuries were not a problem, but I still owe the Arena Master for all the damages we caused.
It was not settled.
They begged us to stop before we leveled the whole place.
We should leave as soon as possible, but I don't think I'll be able to leave Rome so easily.
Is this about a woman again?
In a way it is. Do you remember that seller who approached us at Marcellus Vipsanius's? Well, it turns out she was telling the truth, at least partly. She has given birth to a baby girl. Thanks, I guess. Apparently she tried to escape from Vipsanius, who incidentally is her dominus. The problem is, they're blaming me for it. Of course I didn't. If I ever decide to help another man's cell escape, I will most certainly succeed. She claims to be the mother of my child. Perhaps she is, or perhaps she just knows Vipsanius and his people are naive enough to believe her. Marcellus Vipsanius has a reputation for mistreating his Cerewe.
This may take a few days, but I'm sure we can prove these allegations have no merit.
Thank you, Legate. I will now take care of our preparations. We leave as soon as possible.
Be careful, child.
Do not worry, Domina. I will make sure we return home safe and sound.
Salvete, travelers. Welcome to the villa of Lucullus of Africa Proconsularis. State your identity and intentions. My apologies for not recognizing you immediately. It's been a long day. The proconsul is currently preoccupied. Please wait in the courtyard while I relay the news of your arrival to him.
Legate, a word? I don't think he recognized you. This doesn't smell right. Something's up. Little things. His armor is a bit too small for his body. He never called you by name. And did you notice how he failed to pronounce the proconsul's full name?
It is said he who possesses a deceptive heart sees only deception in other people's hearts. And it is known that women are deceptive by nature.
Wow. And that is why you're old but still single, Cineros.
Well, to err on the side of caution is wise.
Finally, some truth in the old man's words. We should kill them all.
Oh, well, that is not exactly what I was going to propose. In fact, it's quite the opposite of
Killing everyone is the most cautious option.
Are you sure you know the meaning of that word? So what if he's rude and his behavior is not proper? Obviously, he's not Roman.
Not really. If we will fight, I am ready.
If you wish. I don't think it's necessary, though.
I apologize for the delay. There have been some security-related problems recently. We had to take precautions. There was an attempt on his life recently. Nothing we can't handle, of course. Still, we're instructed to take all sorts of precautions. Relinquish your weapons here, please. No one's allowed to bear arms inside the villa.
Are you not glad that you heeded my advice?
Unfortunately, only 2 escorts are allowed beyond this point. Do not worry. I will take care of your friends while you're gone. Now!
Didn't see that coming, huh?
Oh, not there! It's an old injury.
Take care of me, and I shall slay many of your foes.
I'd appreciate some help. Does this hurt? Good, that means you're fine. Can someone prop this old man up?
This is it! Just one more!
Bad.
What in the name of Jupiter is going on here?
Egyptians, Dominic. They came out of nowhere. All dead. They slaughtered the guards and locked most of the Surwey into the cellar. All I know is that they were in a great hurry. It seemed like they knew you were on your way.
I'm not surprised. This was an assassination attempt, and a very sloppy one at that.
Praise Fortuna. Take the key.
Lucullus! By the gods!
I'm sorry, Domine.
I'm not tired. I'm just angry. Very angry. Maybe it's the first time you've seen someone this angry. I think these are two separate questions. It is clear these killers were Egyptian. They took no care to obscure their identities. Their weapons are just lying around, and the murder weapon is clearly Egyptian. Honestly, the only thing that's missing here is a graffito saying Egyptians killed Lucullus. These people were in a great hurry. My guess is they quickly dispatched anyone who posed a threat, then got ready for our arrival. They had no reason to waste time killing the Surwi. Too much risk for no gain at all. I will be. Eventually.
Domine, it is rare that I feel the need to mourn someone. Dominus Lucullus was always kind to me, and that is equally rare. I will do what I can to help. It looks like he was stabbed multiple times. The murderer was probably behind him. There are no other bruises, which leads me to think he did not resist his attacker. Perhaps. Dominus was killed with a small stabbing dagger. Judging from the wounds, I can tell the particular shape the blade had. Such blades are rare in Rome, but quite common in Africa, especially Egypt. It doesn't make any sense, though. Why would the Egyptians do this? It would be an act of war. It is wise not to, Domine.
Legate. He was the most exceptional mentor, and the best friend I've ever known. They killed him, and I couldn't do anything about it. You know, I am complicit in this crime. We lost valuable time trying to solve my problem with that sewer. As long as I am alive, he will never truly be avenged, I fear. Vitellius Lurco, of course. That Filius Canis. I will strangle him with my own hands. He deserves nothing less. This all happened because of me. I delayed our journey. I will redeem myself by avenging him. That's the least I can do now.
I hope I will be allowed to serve the next proconsul.
Ha! I disagree. A strong foe attacks head-on. A weak foe strikes from the shadows. Rejoice, Legate, for our enemy just announced how weak they are. We shall crush them with ease. Our course is clear. We know it's the Egyptians, right? Now, the first thing we need to do is start killing Egyptians. Eventually, we will get the murderer. Most likely before all Egyptians are dead. See? It's cautious and wise, just like Cicero said. Nonsense. I never misunderstand. I hope so.
I am sorry. He meant so much to you. How do you feel? It is too much to go through once. Even for one as strong as you. We will make war again, I guess. Rome avoids wars by finishing them.
Domine. They were dressed like Roman legionari. We had no reason to suspect them. I don't know. They must have ambushed some of our legionary. It really happened too fast. All of a sudden the legionaries started stabbing each other. We didn't know what to do. By the time I realised what was happening, it was already too late. But I'm not. The keys? Also we have the keys. I swear, I'm not working for them. I don't know why they kept me outside. Thank you, Domine.
Legate, a rider arrived. She wants to talk to Proconsul Lucius Licinius Lucullus. She says his life might be in danger.
Tell her she's a bit late.
Now that is an interesting development.
Be careful around these Berbers. You cannot trust the barbarians.
The merchant said he requires the proconsul's personal signature. Otherwise he cannot make the delivery.
Ah, may Zeus curse all bureaucrats. I'll go talk to him.
You are not the proconsul from Rome. I was instructed to speak only to him. It is a matter of life and death. I have seen him before, and you do not look like him at all. Who are you? I see. That is unfortunate. I am called Lunja the Golden Wolf, of the land of Nazamones. Sent by Her Majesty Cleopatra Philopatora Thea Philopatora, daughter of Ptolemy Euletes Nios Dionysios Philopato Philadelphos. The Queen intended to warn the proconsul against the possibility of an assassination, but it seems I was in need of a faster horse. He likes to play the flute. It does indeed. Its significance is of little importance. Before it turned white, my hair was the color of wheat.
Oh, that's very unusual around here.
And therefore worthy of a byname. That's not for me to answer. Better if you ask her in person. Of course, that would indeed be the best course of action. Except there's a minor complication you need to resolve first.
There's always a catch.
Cleopatra doesn't exactly see eye to eye with her brother. The pharaoh, Ptolemy Theos Philopator, has exiled her from Egypt. She's been taken by caravan through the desert, to a distant palace where she will be imprisoned. She offers to reveal the identity of the murderer to you, if you will free her. Yes. The pharaoh is her husband and her brother. that would be unwise. Mostly because I don't know the answers to your questions. As I said, I am a messenger in this case. A queen does not lie.
Thank you for saving us, Domine.
Tell you the truth, I'm not handling it as well as I thought I would.
What's going on with you?
I guess I had a host of horrible memories locked up from Greece coming flooding to the front of my mind again.
You've been through this shit before. You have the tools to get through it, even if you don't feel that way sometimes.
How can I help you? Aren't we always? Nobody needs soldiers when everything's fine. It's just that I prefer knowing exactly who we're fighting against right now. Indeed. Lucullus will be missed. Honestly, I have no idea, my friend. There have been so many women over the years. I don't remember her. How can I not remember the mother of my child? Either way, there's nothing I can do. She's Vipsanius' server, not mine. I know it's warmer than Volcanus' arsehole. We should make sure the Legion is well supplied. The people seem primitive and alien. Combined with the relatively flat terrain, I don't think we'll have a lot of problems.
Thank you for sending me those schematics your people found. I've made a list of materials needed, whenever you have a moment to go over it. Salvete, Legionari. What did you break today? Oh, it's going great, Legate. Your Legionari continue to mistreat their weapons. Nothing delights me more than fixing pommels and belt buckles on a daily basis. I do have a family. I'm just not too fond of them.
Aquilinus? No, he's a good man.
That shiny musculata, though?
He cares about the impression he makes, but I fought beside him. No other Centaurio controls the battlefield as well as he.
All is well, I hope.
Oh, hey, Legate. You look majestic today.
Dionair, why do you kill too quickly?
If your enemy lives, they kill you later. You have to kill first.
You are a great warrior. If you enjoy the killing, your audience will enjoy it too.
What audience?
There's always an audience. Come, let us talk. Good. We must avenge our leader. I was getting tired of inaction. Magister says war itself cannot be a purpose, for it brings pain to one side or the other. And if my purpose is pain, then I'm not a good man. I will prove it. The next time I'm in Rome, everyone shall know that I have proven it. Difficult and confusing most of the time. I make a lot of mistakes, but such is the nature of learning. Your teacher beats you up until he cannot. It is a metaphor. When something isn't what it is. Naturally, no one can defeat me in battle. But in philosophy, I am defenseless. My Magister always wins. That is why he is my Magister. I am not. This is not Mauritania. I wish I could go to Mauritania one day. It is the place where I'll be able to find my sister. Then she would have been the most famous fighter in the Republic, for she was better than me in all things. She was sold for twice the amount of money they paid for me.
Hey, what do you need? It's same in some ways, but personal this time. I think that will be an advantage. Killing should not be impersonal. Should not be done for coin either. Vengeance is worth killing for. I do not see such big difference. Just 2 words for one thing. Maybe. I have much to do before that can happen. Big mistakes to atone for. Is not too different from home, it seems. People here, Berbers, they live in tribes and move around a lot. If they are like my people, do not make mistake of treating them as one. No one in tribe will speak for everyone. Always there is dissent. Not that I know. Egyptians are not like Rome or Greece. They're ancient kingdom, but they mostly keep to themselves.
How are you holding up? There's no doubt. I'm not worried about that. I just want to be the one who collects that debt. Around. Here and there. Anywhere but Rome. Trust your feelings. They will serve you well. I wanted to, but I always delayed the voyage. And now it is too late. I guess no one can run away from time. I like Africa, though. The bright sun gives me a reason to keep my hood down, and the heat masks movement. Certainly, but I'm not sure it was meant for us. That would imply a grand strategy and some serious thought. This level of sloppiness, though? I think our arrival may have disrupted certain things. Just continue doing our thing. Kick some stones over and see what crawls out.
Whatever you do, don't say that kind of
Oh,
thing.
Legate.
Short of her.
Would you and your
Scared of
Praetorian
her.
guards spar with my
I made a
Contubernia?
stupid joke to her
It would be an
yesterday,
honour.
and She looked at me like I was nothing. Like I was worth less than a sack of shit. Oh, I felt my balls shrivel up and crawl back inside my body.
Salway.
I still can't believe Lucullus met an end like that. I expected him to die on the field of battle.
I expected him to eat himself to death at some lavish feast.
That would have been a good way to go. He would have died happy at least.
He was a great man.
Women in the Legion?
We will avenge him.
By my...
Our way, Legate.
What is the world coming to?
You're new around here, huh? You weren't in Greece.
I wasn't.
You'd better respect Callida. She was handpicked by Lucullus. I've seen her put an arrow through a man's eye at 50 paces.
Legate, I am at your service as always.
Our way, Legate. I am pleased to report all is well. Sure, there is some grumbling now and then, but that is part of military life. The Legionari respect your command. We're not at full strength, but we have enough men to get things done. If a battle awaits us, we will manage.
you.